Today is Friday, Parashat Mishpatim. The beginning of the parasha starts Ve'ele ha-mishpatim asher tasim lifneim. And these are the laws that you'll put in front of them. Why would the whole parasha start with the word "and"? Well, let us remember that the end of last week's parasha spoke about the Mizbeach and how the Mizbeach was supposed to be built. Mizbeach is the altar. In Bet HaMikdash, that's where the korbanot were brought, and definitely that's a symbol of a mitzvot between man and Hashem, because the Mizbeach, that's where the sacrifices are put on the altar. Well, the fact that our parasha this week starts with the word Ve ele mishpatim, and these are the laws, and a large portion of the mitzvot that the parasha goes to tell us about are mitzvot that are between man and his fellow man, how he relates to other people, our responsibility towards other people, how we act towards other people, how we're careful between Adam lechavero, between man and his fellow man. The parasha that starts with the word "and" means to tell us it's not just about us and our relationship with Hashem, but also between us and our fellow men. That is very important, and both are sort of intertwined. Ve'ele ha-mishpatim, whether it's ben Adam lamakom, between man and Hashem, or between man and his fellow man, both are very important. And not just that, actually, according to our Chachamim, a person who wants to be a chassid, a devoutly pious person, he should pay very much attention how he relates to other people, and he should learn the laws that have to do, the mitzvot that have to do ben Adam lechavero. And the parasha of this week starts with the subject of the Eved Ivri, the Jewish slave. Actually, we're speaking here about a person who possibly maybe he stole, he didn't have the money with what to pay, and he gets sold to be able to pay that amount of money that he inappropriately took from someone. And he works for someone for 6 years, and on the 7th year he goes free. But Hachamim tell us, if a person buys a Jewish quote-unquote slave, it's as if he had bought for himself a master, because you have to be very careful that he's treated properly. If you have only, let's say, one pillow, he gets the pillow and you don't get it. If you have some of the basic needs of a person that is enough only for one person, the master doesn't get it, it goes to the slave. You're not allowed to tell him to bring you a bucket of water if the only thing you need is only a cup. And when he finishes the 6 years and he goes free, you're supposed to give him a sort of like a profit-sharing bonus. You're supposed to give him a grant for all these years that he was with you and all the blessings that you received during those years. So it's not just a slave in the sense that we understand it. In a way, it's a way to rehabilitate an offender and to make him appreciate the value of work and of money, etc. Could be also that a person could sell himself as a slave, even if he didn't do anything wrong in terms of having stolen, he doesn't have money with what to pay back. But if after 6 years he doesn't want to go free, he wants to stay with his master, then he has to have his ear pierced next to the doorpost of the house. What is this idea about piercing the ear next to the doorpost? Well, it's a very symbolic thing. First of all, the ear that heard on Har Sinai, not to steal. The ear that heard that Am Yisrael, we are servants to Hashem and not servants to His servants, and did not take heed. This is very different from Yitro, Parashat HaShavua of last week. By Ishma Yitro, and Yitro heard and he took note, he took heed, and he acted upon what he heard. Here we have a person that heard but did not internalize the message. That's why you take the ear and you pierce it next to what? The doorpost. Why the doorpost? Because that is where Am Yisrael, before going out of Egypt, before going free from the slavery and bondage in Egypt, They took the blood of the Korban Pesach and they placed it on the mezuzot, on the doorposts of the door. And that's when Hashem skipped over the houses of the Jewish people in the Makat Bechorot, in the plague of the firstborns. So that mezuzah, that doorpost, is reminiscent of going free from slavery. And this person wants to stay a slave. And this person did not take heed, did not notice that we are servants to Hashem and not servants to his servants. Also that he is here, that he didn't pay attention about the laws of not stealing, etc. So that ear is symbolically and very meaningfully so pierced next to the doorpost. So this is from the parasha of this week. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen. And we say also Shabbat Shalom and Chodesh Tov Mvorach. It's going to be Rosh Chodesh, Saturday night, Sunday and Monday. And it will be Rosh Chodesh Adar, Mishenichnas Adar, Marbin Besimcha. From the time that Adar begins, we add joy and happiness. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.